Wonderful gents. Good morning. I normally don't do lives, you know what I'm saying, at certain times, but I wake up because I went to sleep a little early and it's the top of the hour. So we're going to get this discussion going because I have something on my mind that I've been holding back. And it's basically, playing hide and go seek with yourself. It's like many folks are playing hide and go seek with their purpose and they are afraid to come out of the dark and be who they supposed to be. And sometimes you gotta look at the mirror and look at yourself on the same time, because at the same time, because you have to ask yourself, are you that individual? Are you too playing hide and go seek with your purpose? Are you afraid to live in your purpose and you living in the dark, playing hide and go seek? Well, many folks they live in the dark and play hide and go seek because they are looking for someone else to do their job. They're looking for someone else to pick up their slack. Or shall I say they're looking for someone else to do their purpose. And like I say, we must look in the mirror at ourselves, including me. So I'm doing this live for not just me, but I'm doing this live stream for you because you too might be a person who's been playing hide and go seek with your purpose. And to play hide and go seek with your purpose in the year 2024 is is disastrous. It's a pathway for disaster because right now it's I should say it's all hands on deck. All hands on deck. So when you look at living and being in your purpose, all hands on deck. We can no longer be playing hide and go seek with our purpose. And it's like we hiding from our purpose and hoping our purpose find us. There's so many people who's hiding from themselves and hoping that they will find themselves throughout the process. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the process. I was watching some people's channels, just I woke up and I'm looking at various things. I'm looking at watch this guy save their horse. You know what I'm saying? The horse fell in some kind of mud mud river, and the white people they saved their horse. You know what I'm saying? They did everything they had to do to save their horse. They had the deer, the big construction trucks, you know what I'm saying? The big trucks that they be digging the holes in the ground. They digging mad holes around the horse, and they had their trucks. It was just amazing. Why? Because that's the horses they need that. That's the way they get around, the way they whatever is their pet, whatever is it's their purpose. And they made sure they saved their purpose. Why is it that we hide from our purpose? We hide from ourselves. We 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 find ourselves, how should I put it? We find ourselves at a roadblock and then we run and we hide. And like I say, sometimes we gotta look in the mirror at ourselves. So I'm speaking to me as I'm talking to you. This is no time for us to hide because what's going to seek us out as we're hiding won't be our purpose. It'll be all the roadblocks. Because when you hide from your purpose, folks, you cause other damaging roadblocks to occur. It's like a domino effect. And with this domino effect, you have to stand strong and firm. And you cannot allow what's the shadows in the dark to overshadow your purpose. And that's what happens. Many of us, we get caught up with the roadblocks, and now we're dealing with the roadblocks of life. And then we get overshadowed with the roadblocks of life. And then you never get an opportunity to serve your purpose, to live in your purpose, to become your purpose. And so it's just a continuous game of hide and go seek. Have you been playing this game of hide and go seek? Have you been playing this game of hide and go seek with yourselves? How long you gonna play this game of hide and go seek? How long you gonna remain in the closet? How many years is it gonna take for you to figure it out? For you to start living in your purpose? What is it gonna take for you to stop playing hide and go seek and to start living in your purpose? What do you think it's gonna take? I was watching people debate about the elections. I was watching them argue about the elections. I was watching them have questions and questions and questions about the election. And I'm saying to myself, fellas, 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 we are all of the age that we all know that we must start living our purpose. It's like, why are we debating about politics? Why are we arguing about politics? And then a man asks the next man, he says, yo, you are a person that if you was to lead a movement, the people would follow you. You would have a good following if you led a movement. And then the man said, what is your movement? And Umar Johnson got extremely quiet. Umar Johnson didn't say a word. And then the guy who he's on the panel with his or on live stream with, Pastor, whatever his name is, he says, Umar has the FDMG Academy. Umar Johnson, he's trying to teach the young men. That's not no movement. That's you trying to open a business, start a business. That's not a movement. The question is, what movement do you have? Because if it's an educational movement, then where's who you educating? So when asked the question, what's your movement? What is your movement? He got quiet. There was no words. He was sitting there because that was something that hit him. That was the first time I seen him 100% quiet. Umar Johnson, what is your movement? That's the question. If it's an educational movement, let's move in that purpose. What is our purpose? When you ask yourself the question, what is your purpose? What is your movement? And that's where we have to start. What is your movement? What is your movement? So if your movement is the liberation of your people, the freedom of your people, to bring light to a situation, to close the doors on something, what is your purpose? And we must ask ourselves this as we enter 2025, because 2025 is the year of the purpose. You already know. 2025 is the year of the purpose. When I do my next live stream, I think I'm gonna cut my hair. So that's what we're gonna do. But in the meantime, we're gonna throw this cap on because we're talking about this flag. We talk about America. What is your purpose going into 2025? I want us all to write down what your purpose is for 2025. Because we are playing hide and go seek with ourselves. Okay, so right now, I'm going to write down my purpose for 2025. I'm going to write it down live, okay? Write it down. My purpose for 2025 and beyond. Now, you can write it down You can speak on it, you can talk about it, or you can write it down on a piece of paper, you can fold it up, and you can put it away, or you can write it down and you can put it in your back pocket and keep it and always have it like it's your wallet and stay focused on your purpose. So right now, I wrote down my purpose for 2025 and beyond. And that's what we're going to stay on. Because a lot of folks are playing hide and go seek with their purpose. And this is the reason why we have mass incarceration in the black community. Because we playing hide and go seek with our purpose. We have hide and go seeking up. We playing hide and go seeking out with our purpose. And the reason why we have so many sexual attacks in our community is because we're not living in our purpose. Okay? This is a deep, deep thought. 4:30 in the morning. My purpose for 2025 and beyond is to fully develop. I'm spelling the word wrong. Develop. I know I spelled the word wrong. But yo, 4:30 in the morning, you're going to spell a simple word like develop wrong. Okay, DEVELOP. Okay. My purpose for 2025 and beyond is to fully develop myself as the leader. I was going to say the man, but no, I'm not going to say the man. I'm going to take a word and move with this word. Become a word, folks. 2025, become a word. Take a word and become that word. If that makes sense. Take a word and become that word. My purpose for 2025 and beyond is to fully develop myself as the leader. I believe and want to be. Or the man that God wants. No, I should not want, need me to be. Okay? Now this is deep conversation, okay? Get yourself a pen, get yourself a piece of paper, and write down your words. Write down your purpose. Because folks, it's important for you to, like I said, become the person or become the purpose that you're supposed to be. And it starts with you writing things down. You no longer can play hide and go seek with yourself. You can no longer play hide and go seek with your purpose, because the year is not 1960s. The people are not the people from the past. We're not, well, they are not really built from that cloth. So we need more strong individuals. We need new leaders. We need leaders. We don't need followers. We don't need people who's just going to be reactors, recapping videos. We need true leadership. And I believe this video is coming from a deep spot within myself, because I was having a conversation with somebody and I was talking about, saying we got so many people playing hide and go seek with their purpose. And then, that became a thought that said, you know what, maybe that should be alive. Playing hide and go seek with your purpose. It became alive because I don't want to just talk about it. I want to actually really be about it. And as I'm talking to you folks, I'm also talking to myself because I see myself. So this is my therapy. My words is being therapeutic to myself. And hopefully they can resonate within you too. So my purpose for 2025 and beyond is to fully develop myself as the leader I believe and want to be, or just to become or become the man that God needs me to be. So your purpose might just become might just be to become the person that God wants you to be. Because many folks has been relying on this Democratic Party. They praying that this Democratic Party, they praying that any party can save them. And they've been praying. And so as we go into 2025, I want you to be walking in your purpose, shining in your purpose, so that this president, Donald Trump, when he comes in, he see a sea of purpose living people. You must be, when you walk outside and you on a train, and you on a bus, and you driving, you in school, you at work, you must see purpose living people. Not people that just living pointless, because we have a lot of pointless living people. See, pointless living people versus purpose living people. We have too many pointless people. So let's go on to pointless living people. Because what makes a pointless living person? A pointless living person is a person who the system continuously build up. A pointless living a pointless living person. That's a good one. Pointless living people. Pointless living people, they rely on certain Democrats to get in office, certain Republicans to get in office, certain people who's running a political party to get in office so they can get benefits, get free stuff. Oh, I need to be able to get my welfare. I need to be able to get my Social Security. Dude, how old are you? You 38 years of age, you collected Social Security. Why? Oh, because I got mental illness. Dude, you a strong, fit person. You just sick in your head because you're not living your purpose. You don't have nothing to live for. But there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing really wrong with you. You just got a little demon inside you. But yo, I need this person to become president because they're gonna keep the Social Security going. And see, that's what I'm saying. When you rely on this Democratic system, you relying on this Republican system, you relying on the political system, then you stop relying on yourself to be a purpose-driven person. You must be living in your purpose. If you don't have a purpose, then you're a pointless living person. You must find a purpose of living. And you cannot play hide and go seek with it no more. Many folks, once they left out of high school and they ain't go straight to college, or they had some hardship come into their life, it's like they lost their drive. They lost their drive to just live, let alone their purpose. A lot of people losing their drive to live. They losing their motivation to want to live because they don't see a purpose in their lives. And that's where we come in. That's where people who's living in their purpose come in, because as long as we have human beings on the planet, we must be able to keep nourishing our human beings. Because if we are ripping the nutrients from each other, if we ripping the natural nutrients from each other by not listening, by not hearing, by not supporting, by not caring, by not loving, we destroying the whole purpose of you living, the purpose of your existence, if we are not nurturing each other. And I know that's hard. I know that's hard. It's so much easier to walk by someone. It's so much easier to ignore someone. It's so much easier to just say, F you. You not my family, you not my friend. It's easy to do that, but it's harder to live in your purpose. And that's why 2025, we must live in our purpose. And the only way to live in your purpose is to figure it out. Write it down. Ask yourself. Look in the mirror. Talk to yourself. And then it will reveal itself. What is your purpose of living? I have such an issue with rules, regulations, and people who want to institutionalize these rules and regulations. I have a problem with a lot of certain type of authority. I have a problem with retarded people. And so therefore, because I have problems with these situations, it's for me to erase them, eradicate them, eliminate them out my path.
So that means that I must step up my game, level up, as they say. And what do that mean? It means that you must move from here to here. Not here, but you got to go out here. Meaning that you got to lead. You got to be not right here, not moving up, but outwards. Okay? A lot of people think we got to level up, but sometimes we got to level out. Leveling up is one thing, but leveling out is a different thing. And what's leveling out? I put it to you like this: leveling up is like doing for self, leveling out is doing for others. When you able to push outward, and that's mean becoming a leader. Okay? And we need new leadership. We need new leadership that don't have gray hair, who's not completely bald, who's not completely blind, who's not completely old. We need new leadership. We have a lot of online speakers. We have a lot of online orators. We have a lot of online characters. But what we need now is images that's outward. We need some images that we can touch, we can feel, we can see, we can speak to, we can walk with, we can stomp the yard with, we can build with. We need to see more of these soldiers on the outskirts, on the grounds. And that's only going to happen when we level out. To level out is not easy, because leveling out means that you are putting yourself out there. And when you put yourself out there, people tend to shoot at you. So to live in your purpose, a lot of times it's very difficult for people to live in their purpose, because Donald Trump, when he was on the Oprah Winfrey show back in the 80s, she asked, would you run for president? He says, I mean, not right now, no, because the people won't understand my method. And so a lot of times when you level out, if people don't understand your message and method, they're going to try and crucify you, because they not leveling out. They holding themselves back. And when you come out, they that's when they just that's their moment to shine. When you leveling out, it's the people who's not doing anything, their moment to shine. And that's when they're going to try and dissect you and break you down, because you are living in your purpose. And that's the sad thing about many of us people. When many people see you living in your purpose and they see you shining, it's like that's a green light for them to attack. It's like a green light for them to attack your shine. And that's very depressing. But my purpose, my point of living, see, like you said, you can have a point of living, or you can be pointless in life. Pointless living. Do you have so many sons and daughters out there who's have pointless living? This is what they do. They just sitting there on their phone scrolling, and they ain't scrolling for making no money. They not looking for no jobs. They just using this device that they spend $200 for, $150 for, $300 for, $500, and all they doing is just wasting time. Pointless living. And you have a lot of children that you are raising, you going to work every day, and they are pointless living. They have no point of living. They just here. And you're not really giving them a direction. You're not giving them the food of thought so they can become purpose living people. And that's because there's no leadership. So we need new leadership. We need new guidance, because we need a new audience of purpose living people. We must be living in our purpose. Otherwise, we just pointless. Pointless living people versus purpose living people. Pointless living babies. The purpose living babies have to eliminate a lot of the pointless living babies. I know it sounds harsh, but this is the reality. And a lot of folks, you know what I'm saying, I feel bad for you folks because a lot of you folks are pointless. And you're going to get mad. You're going to get mad at the message because he's bringing the message to you. Don't get mad at the messenger. Don't get mad at the messenger. Recognize the messenger. Respect the messenger. Oh, now I got to do something real.
I go live and I'm only live for 20 some minutes and my phone shuts down in the middle of my live. Talk about it's too hot. And then I'm like, fill the back of my phone and it's on fire. I don't understand why my phone is on fire, but I'm just trying to deliver this message. I'm just trying to deliver this message. Like I say, leadership is not an easy leadership is not an easy purpose. You know, that's why a lot of people don't want to the leadership role. They don't want that to be their purpose. They rather just say, you know, my purpose is to do whatever it is that God wants me to do. You know, that's the trick. But if God ordering you to become a leader, it's like how do you step into those shoes? How do you become that leader? You know what I'm saying? How do you become that leader? Well, you actually must know what you want to lead. And you know why the black community is having leadership problem and leadership issues? Because it's not easy. It's not easy leading black folks. For example, I mean, someone gave a like, and then they took the like away. You know, it's very hard to lead black people. It's extremely hard to lead black people. So that's why many people choose not to be in the leadership role of black folks. It's very difficult to lead the black sheep, the black herd. That's one of the most difficult herds to guide. And once we understand that leadership is going to take a certain type of person, it's going to take certain type of people to lead black people, because you have to be able to tolerate a high level of everything, from hate, a high level of disappointment, a high level of distrust, a high level of not being loyal. There's a lot of levels to leading black folks. It's a lot of levels of leading black folks. And one of the worst things that we have is jealousy. So when you're trying to lead people and they jealous that you stepped in your purpose, and all they've been doing is hiding behind the Democratic vote. They've been hiding behind the elections. They've been hiding behind the Republican vote. They've been hiding behind their politicians. And they are afraid to seek their purpose. They're going to be jealous that you are living in your purpose. And they're going to realize they're pointless people. And then their hate is going to become fuming, where it's become not just smoke, but it becomes fire. And all they want to do is spread that hate, because you living in your purpose and you become the leader that you need to be. And that's damaging for us, because that only sets us back another roadblock. And when we constantly be having these roadblocks in our lives, these roadblocks can stem from a year to 10 years. So you can have a leader, he can be at the age of 27, 29, and because they have so much hate and jealousy and envy and many roadblocks that develop, now this person is 39, almost 42, still talking the same talk they've been talking when they was 27, 28. But they stay in focus, but because you had a lot of misguided individuals in life that did not serve their purpose, now they're trying to eliminate this person out the picture. That's
the problem that we have in our community, and we have to solve it. And that's the reason why we cannot have certain politicians constantly just giving us cherries to put on the cake. Say, here's some cherries, and not forcing the issue, not making you really get out there and work, because they're going to give you what you need. And the reason why I say the Democratic Party is trying to stop the revolution is because the revolution is people living in their purpose. They're not giving people the energy and the thrive to live in their purpose. They want people to be confused. They want people to be focused on everything else except for their purpose. So they're going to get out there and they're going to be talking about transgender issues, and then they're going to come and they're going to give you immigrants, and then they're going to tell you that, saying he's the evil one, and but yet it's still all that's all just stirring around confusion where you don't realize that it's up to you. That's why I say we need to create our own party. We need a party of our own, and people won't understand it. Understand? We must develop our own political party. There's so many political parties across the board, but when you want to look at identity politics should focus on those people who's living in their purpose. So how about the purpose party? You got the Democrat Party, you got the Republican Party. How about the Purpose Party? The party with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? There's many ways that we can go about this, but like I say, we must be living in our purpose. We must have a purpose. We must have a point of living and not just be pointless people. This live stream, like I say, was just a live stream that I wanted to do because I needed to get this off the chest. Because I am so tired of the people so focused on the politics and the politicians, and they not focused on themselves, and they not living in their purpose. You can become that great politician. You like to debate, you like to argue, you like to research, you like to seek knowledge, you like to be right. Well, then it's for you to become a politician. You can become a lawyer. You can have the biggest law firm. You can have like 10 hospitals. You can do 1,000 surgeries, but you have to decide what's your purpose, which will be your purpose of living. And once you decide, you must live in it, and you must not turn back. But you cannot constantly be waiting for a political party to take care of you, to save you. You cannot constantly just be waiting for some political saviors. You have to become your own community savior. You must become your own family savior. You must become your own life savior, because you must start living in your purpose. So I'm so happy that the elections is all over with, but they just begun, because January 20th, when that day comes in, and all the news media is going to be covering this man and covering his story and covering his life, we're going to be sitting back. And for 4 years, I'm talking about people of color, brown people, black people, brown people. We're going to sit back for 4 years and we're going to be complaining, or we're going to be living in our purpose. And because we live in our purpose, it's going to make this new political party, this new presidency is going to make them operate. We need to make this president work for us. And that means we are living in our purpose. If we live in pointless, then it won't happen. But if we live in purposeful, then I promise you, we will get the world. It's time for you to wake up, and you cannot just be focused on one side of the political fence. You got to know that there's many sides of the political fence. There's many gates. You have Watergate, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you have many gates to this political process. And once you learn to play the game, meaning that you are living in your purpose, then everything just going to start shining. Because when you live in your purpose, people want to sometimes be part of your world. They're like, yo, you got something going on over there. What you got going on in your community? How can we help? How can we aid? How can we support? So once we start living our purpose, Like, if you want to become a chef, start cooking. If you want to be a chef, start getting customers. Get 2 customers a week. If you want to be, if you want to be a gardener, a farmer, you know what I'm saying? You start gardening. Start. Don't wait. If you want to be a farmer, if you're interested in growing seeds and planting seeds and growing things, start growing. If you want to be a doctor, start healing. Heal yourself. Start focus on healing yourself. Never get sick. No more colds. Okay? If you want to be a police officer, start policing your community. Get the drug dealers off your community. Get the crime out the neighborhood. Get the little kids out of their homes who are menace to societies. You know where they at. If you want to be an officer, peace officer, it's time to start policing. If you want to be a medic, it's time to start healing. It's time to start caring. Show cares to those people who's out there in the streets already hurting. But start living in your purpose. Start walking in your purpose. Start shining in your purpose. And that's so important. People try to make you pointless, but that's why you got to keep stepping up your game. People want to see you fail. That's why you got to continue your game. People don't want you to shine. That's why you got to keep dusting yourself off and keep on moving. Never give up. So as I'm speaking to myself and telling myself to live in my purpose, I'm hoping that it resonates with you. And living in your purpose don't mean that you have to wait 4 more years for the next election. Living in your purpose don't mean that you have to wait for a candidate that's going to talk the talk that you want to hear. Living in your purpose and not playing hide and go seek no more. People been playing hide and go seek for way too long, but it stops there. It stops now. You can't wait 4 more years. Why wait 4 more years? That don't make sense. I got up early this morning because, like I say, if I don't get these words out, they won't be there. But as long as I can get the words out, the words can touch somebody. It can help somebody. And I'm just asking you to stop playing hide and go seek with yourself. Stop playing hide and go seek with your purpose. Someone needs your purpose in their life. Someone needs you in their life. And it's time for you to stop thinking that you can't be part of the answer. You are the answer. We the answer. We the truth. But you must recognize that you are your purpose. Your purpose is you. And you can no longer play hide and go seek with it. It's so scary knowing that there's over 100 million people who don't even see value in themselves. Do you hear what I just said? There's way over 100 million people. There's over 250 million people right now who's waking up and don't see the value in themselves, don't see a purpose in themselves, and they hiding from themselves. There's over 500 million people who's pointless. And that's why it takes leaders now to lead them. Just because they pointless don't mean that they not here. Just because they not living in their purpose don't mean they not here. Just because they playing hide and go seek don't mean they do not exist. And that's why it's going to take real leadership to seek these individuals out and to guide them in the right direction. The right leaders. And the right leaders is you looking at them when you wake up in the morning. You looking at them when you go to sleep. The right leaders is important. What leaders do you fall in place as? The wrong leader or the right one? And if you're the right leader, it's time for you to start leading. Come out the closet, stop playing hide and go seek with yourself, and start leading. If you were the great follower, then follow. Let's stop playing hide and go seek. Like I say, this Democratic camp came in, and I don't know how they came in, and for so many years they've been confusing the folks, misleading the folks, and getting the folks not to step out of their purpose. Because it's believe in this system, believe in us. We the good of the evil. We the good side. We the good guys. We not the bad ones. We're going to give you what you need. What you need. You need a few dollars. You need some money. What you needed to go towards. Well, we got you. And that's what this Democrat Party has been doing for years after years after years. They've been bamboozling you and confusing you and making sure that they keep you in their back pockets. And I'm saying it's time to go into the front pocket. Let's go into credit cards. What's in your wallet? Well, it's time for you to stop playing the game of hide and go seek. It's time for you to start seeking so we can destroy. Yo, it's Icy Dawn. I'm just coming here early in the morning to drop this message to you that the election's over. We got nothing but time. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Are we going to complain for 4 years? Or are we going to get down and be living our purpose? Are we going to just pout around? Or are we going to start doing what we need to do? Are we going to continue to play the game of hide and go seek? Or are we going to start seeking ourselves so we can shine bright on each other? What is it that you're going to do? You have to ask yourself, are you afraid? Are you afraid to come out the closet and live in your purpose? And if you are afraid, this is why you need this information. This is the leadership that I come in. I want to be a motivator. I want to be inspiration. You know what I'm saying? I want to be something that can inspire you to be the better you. And I want it to come back to me. I want it to reciprocate to me. I want to be stronger. I want to be smarter. I want to be a better person, better leader. So I'm hoping that you can bounce the energy back and forth. And that's what we need. We don't need anything in life right now that's going to take away our energy, that's going to put us down, that's not going to uplift us, that's not going to put our spirit out there. And many folks, that's what they choose to do. And that's not living in your purpose. That's being way out of character. So folks, thank you for your listening ear. Check this video out, rewind it, pay attention to it, go to sleep to it, wake up to it. But yo, it's time to start living your purpose. I'm out. Got the next one.